Meantime, now back here to Washington, an update on the truck that rammed into a barricade near the White House. Did you see this last night? Police say they have now identified the suspect. That person's name, Cy Kandula, 19 years old, from Missouri. According to a witness, they saw the truck ram into the barricade twice. Officers then removed a Nazi flag and a backpack from that vehicle. The suspect now charged with a slew of crimes, including threatening to kill, kidnap, or inflict harm on the president. Thankfully here, no one was injured, and the exact location of President Biden at the time has not been disclosed, though this happened last night, most likely inside the White House. Joining me now is Mychael Schnell, a reporter with our partners at The Hill. Mychael, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Blake.
So you know the layout of the White House, right? North side, this was Lafayette Park. I think what's important to impress upon our viewers at home is you have barriers, park, barriers, more barriers, White House. It's not like this person was getting anywhere, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. The White House is, of course, a very protected space. There are fences, there are barricades, and this happened in Lafayette Park, which is right in front of the White House. But I think this underscores just the concerns about threats against political figures, especially when you're talking about the political epicenter being Washington, D.C. I mean, I'm up here on Capitol Hill right now, and threats against lawmakers has been a concern among many. U.S. Capitol Police said that back in 2022, there were just over 7,000 investigations opened into threats made against lawmakers. And now, while that was down from the number in 2021, which was in the 9,000 range, it's still a concerning number. And if you put it into perspective and sort of put some names and some instances to these situations, we saw just a few weeks ago that Congressman Jerry Connolly, a Democrat from Virginia, an assailant went into his office in Virginia, attacked two of his staffers, though it was said Connolly actually said that the assailant was looking for him first and asking for him first. So I think that the incident that happened this morning, while the White House is a very protected spot, it just goes into that idea about threats against political figures in this very polarized moment in history.
Yeah, you're up there on the Hill. I walk into the White House most days, Mychael, and you sort of get the sense when a security posture has changed. You can see it among the Secret Service, or in your case, I'm sure, Capitol Police. You can kind of get a feel for these things. You mentioned the Congressman Jerry Connolly. There was attack on many members and several members in his congressional office in the recent weeks. That person was seeking out the congressman specifically. I'm wondering, as we look at the White House and then on the Capitol Hill, if you've noticed any sort of posture change in security up on the Hill now that we've had a couple incidents here in the recent weeks.
Nothing entirely noticeable just yet, but I mean, there have been changes after instances in the past. If we remember last year when an assailant entered the house of then Speaker Nancy Pelosi and attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband with a hammer, that individual was actually looking for the speaker when he went into the house. After that, Capitol Police had made some changes in terms of security at lawmakers' homes, in terms of making funds available for lawmakers to have security at their homes. So there have been changes in the past. We will have to wait a little bit longer and see if there are any modifications and more posturing made after this attack with Connolly. But again, it just sort of underscores this concern, particularly after the January 6th attack on the Capitol, and as politics just becomes more divisive and more polarizing.
All right, Mychael Schnell, have to leave it there. Thanks for joining us live up on Capitol Hill, Mychael. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.